How's it going? While I'm on a not reacting, recording roll right now, reacted then recorded, other stuff, I had recently taken a look, because it had been a while, been focused on left and right, reacting this and that and this and that and this and that. I haven't looked in quite a while, until recently, at the kind of anime outlook of what's on the horizon. And another thing is I'm behind on numerous series. Attack on Titan, Shokugeki, Hero Academia. I'm behind on numerous series, which is painful. And we got new seasons of established shows that have come out or are being dished out soon enough. It's just a dog pile. Also, new shows without a season 2, new shows, season 1s, ones that I'd be willing to try out, but don't have the time. How on earth are we supposed to keep up with the anime industry? Japan. Are you overproducing content? I can't keep up. Anyhow, to get to the point of the video, I just wanted to briefly skim over a few or several of the shows or titles that I saw were on the horizon. Maybe not fully exclusive to 2019. You never know until the date is set, because there could be delays. But it's been on the mind. One Punch Man Season 2. When is that rolling around? When are they eventually going to dish that out? I like that they didn't cluster rush it. I appreciate that. Give some time. Maybe a number of years. Let it set and give there plenty of time for passion to be put into a Season 2. People, if you just come out with, Season 1, Season 2, Season 3, it can get overwhelming. So it's good to have a time span in between the seasons. Maybe seasons in between the seasons. Summer, winter, spring, fall, la-di-da. So One Punch Man Season 2 is finally very hype-worthy on the horizon. I tell you, I'm pretty sure they'll keep it within around the same budget, not to alienate with the art style and art direction. There was a lot of passion put into Season 1, but Season 2, as much as I was hoping for them to, double or triple the budget or whatever, boost that sucker up, I think it's going to remain fairly the same. I think they don't want to alienate. We all hope that some of those things, they don't need to, but you always kind of hope that those kind of things go to like this Fate level, Ufotable level visuals that they can manage. And a lot of them don't even need that. And that's impressive. When it's that kind of a case. But anyway, who on earth can take on Saitama in One Punch Man Season 2? Who on earth is supposed to take him on? Who? I sound like an owl. Who? So, April 10th, One Punch Man Season 2. It's not that far away now. So, Attack on Titan. Well, hold on. One Punch Man Season 1, I did see, and that was non-reaction. Initially, honestly, I disliked One Punch Man. initially because it was so popular that I was kind of disgusted at it. But then once I got into it, then it was like, oh, okay, I see what people like about this. Saitama with his darn troll face, which is kind of similar to how the guy from Shokugeki is such a troll. Which there wasn't enough of that with that season 2, Food Wars. No, there wasn't enough. There wasn't enough between the MC and Arena. What was his name? Dang it. Let's just call him Fishy. Anyhow, Attack on Titan, Season 3.2. 3.5. April 29th. Totally hype-worthy, but I haven't even seen the darn Part 1 of Season 3. Supposedly, I didn't catch enough of what Season 2 was going on and being discussed at in one of the episodes. I haven't even had time to skim that and see what was more so going on. So I'm behind on that one. At least I'm caught up on One Punch Man. But, and I had dealt with Season 1 off cam. Not the biggest fan. I honestly did not like the extra black outlining because it reminded me of American animation, which just was off-putting, disgusting to me. But other than that, the other stuff with Attack on Titan is obviously pretty good stuff. You got the tension of humanity on the brink. You got the transhumanism element, I think. And you have the mystery of Aaron's father and whatever the contents are of his basement, which still hadn't been solved through Season 2. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And of course, the lovely Mikasa Yukasa. And then, undated, but it looks to me like there was a ReZero OVA series, a third one, where they're kind of all chibi on the horizon as well for later on in the year, I think. I don't have that dated, so who knows. But with ReZero Season 2, it's good that they're doing these lesser things in the meantime. Keeping it relevant, yet doing these small-scale things. I don't know how much longer they should wait for a Season 2, but I think they need to do what One Punch Man did. Give it some time, give it some years, just hold off for a while, and then do a powerful Season 2. Really put the passion into it. And from what I had heard, people were saying in the comments, that each arc gets longer and longer. So that sounds really impressive. But the bad thing of that would be if they try and condense that improperly into a 25 episode format. If it's like, 40 or 50 episode worth of content and they tried to mush it and the pacing was off and they skimmed over too much. But ReZero, the beloved ReZero, a lot of passion behind that. I wasn't 100% on ReZero until I had seen all the more everyone else being passionate, and that fueled my passion for it. And I was just crazy floored the second time I saw it, more so than the first time. So ReZero was great, absolutely great. They tried to one-up and do a different version of Steins Gate. They tried to do a more broad version of Steins Gate with the was it supernatural aspect, or because Steins Gate has the realism aspect. ReZero tried to do it wasn't supernatural, fantasy version and more broad, whereas Steins Gate was more realism and constrained, narrow in scope. Anyhow, so I think it still needs some time yet. Give ReZero plenty of time. Put amazing amounts of passion into it. Once again, the budget does not matter with that sucker. With how great it was. You had everything. You had everything in that sucker. You had everything in that sucker. You had the maids, everything. You had maids, Neko, Lolly, everything. Everything in that. So, supposedly that's supposed to have even more wackos in it. Huh. Anyhow, that's according to what folks were saying in the comments. And then we have here October, slated for October. ReZero, that OVA wasn't dated. I forget which season it said it was in. Not sequel season, I meant season of the year. But Boku no Hero Academia season 4, is slated for October. I think they're being a bit fast with that. I think they're being a bit too fast with Boku no Hero Academia. I've seen season 1 and 2. I haven't even seen season 3 yet, and they're coming out with a 4th. What was impressive with Boku no Hero Academia was that their season 2 was double the length of season 1. Season 1 was powerful enough, yet season 2 was more broad in showing off the characters. Obviously, World's More Time. Going from season 1 to season 2, obviously, one wanted them to up the ante and have some similar type things happen, and that didn't happen for me. We got All Might in a fight thing, but it did not surpass season 1, and that was the core pillar for me. Others have said it's better. I totally get that. I totally get that, but my core pillar was that All Might fight, season 1. And it was so important that they surpassed that, and they did not with a season 2. So that's where I'm coming from. I get that it was much more broad and showed off all the characters more so, and was even double the length, like a 25 episoder instead of a 12 or 13. But it just wasn't as good to me. So I was questioning a season 3. A little hesitant on a season 3. Same thing with Shokugeki. After season 2 was not as good. It's so difficult to live up to the original. And for me, Shokugeki, it didn't have enough of interaction between the MC and Arena, him trolling her, and all the interactions there. Somewhat, I forget, but I think it was somewhat similar with Attack on Titan. I think it left me questioning whether to do the season 3. And now we got a season 3.5 coming. So we're just falling behind everywhere, left and right. But we could probably blame that somewhat on having to do all these long, great other series as well. Fairy Tail, One Piece, Hunter x Hunter. Those are worthwhile as well. But when you have those lengthy 100-some episoders stacked against the potential experience you could have in several or 14 different shows equivalently, then that becomes tricky water. becomes trickier water. So we got Boku no Hero Academia Season 4 coming up October. Absolutely insane. Haven't seen Season 3. Ay, ay, ay. Another thing that I saw, and I'm just going through the highlights, probably talking more broadly about what's already established more than just naming these off and giving a little bit of my take, given more broad on the whole series, seemingly. We got Nekopara TV. Oh my. If they do that right, if they do that correctly, if they make that thing right, that'll be perfect. Perfect. I look forward to a lot of releases with that one. And I'm talking, hopefully it's a 25 episoder, not a 12 episoder. Anyhow. That is a popular visual novel series, and then it had an OVA, so now it seems to be getting its own TV show, which is a warm welcome. That's if they do it right. If it flops and if they don't make it correctly, then that would be pretty bad. But hopefully they make it correctly and that it works out. So, other than that, there was something I was a little stunned to see out in the wild there on the horizon. I need to look into it more, but it looked to me like some sort of, it looked to me like a Madoka Magica, some sort of spin-off type of thing. I have to look into that. I don't know if it's anything, concrete on the Madoka Magica line, but it looked like it was something pertinent to that series. So I'm assuming it's a spin-off right now. I have to look more into it, but holy moly, the potential of that sucker is very high, very, very high, sky high. The potential of a Madoka Magica continuation or spin-off of some sort, or even some OVA series. I don't know what it is, but it looked interesting because it looked like Madoka Magica. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was just my eyes. Maybe it was just the hype. I don't know. But if it is a spin-off, I am very interested. So, the season 2s that didn't live up to season 1 for me, I'm not as interested in exploring those further. Maybe, we'll see. But I've somewhat lost interest. ReZero season 2, obviously I'm all in. If the Madoka Magica thing is a spin-off or anything of the sort pertaining to that series, if it actually is Madoka Magica type stuff, I'm all in, crazy interested. One Punch Man season 2, totally interested. Attack on Titan season 3 and 3.5, I'm hesitant. Boku no Hero Academia season 3 and 4, I'm hesitant. Same with Shokugeki, all the seasons past 2, I forget if it was 2.5, 3.5, or whatever. I'm hesitant. There wasn't quite the there wasn't quite the MC and arena trolling and interaction. There wasn't that. So it kind of lost my interest. So we got kind of a mixed bag here. And there's worlds of other stuff. There's tons of sequels. There's tons of brand new shows that I'd love to check out. There's tons of other season 2s. They're even doing another darn Zoids. Something with Zoids. The Zoids series. Ultra classic. But that about wraps it up, though. I'm wondering what everyone else thinks about anything on the horizon for 2019 or beyond. We also have the I didn't mention the 2 Heaven's Feel movies, obviously crazy interested in those, and lesser so, but somewhat interested in the other branches of the Fate series that I haven't dealt with yet, Apocrypha and all that. It seems like they just keep branching out with that series franchise. But yeah, supposedly some months ago, Heaven's Feel movie 2 was out in Japan, and then I don't know when, but it's supposed to hit the States at some point. So I assume a number of months after that, I'll be able to react to it. So probably late 2019, I'll be able to react to it. And for certain things, I want to give plenty of time to dish out my reaction. I want to give plenty of time for certain things. I don't want to dish one out too soon, even though that's the most likely, the most rewarding time to do such. You get the most hits in the moment with things coming out week to week, but that's just absolutely crazy schedule for something to do, to try and do something like that. So we want to give them plenty of time from their original release time to dish them out. Nice and safe method. So, Nekopara TV, interested as well. Somewhat interested. We'll have to see on that one. Depends if they make that one properly or not. So that one is kind of up in the air. Could flop, could be a hit. Could flop, could be a hit. I'm trusting them with it that it will be a hit. But it depends on the specifics, you know. If it's a 12 episoder, 25 episoder, and depending how far they go with it, if it's with the service, depends how far they go, and all that. There's a lot of variance there. There's a lot of variance. So, anyhow, I've run out of things to say. There's worlds of other things, series out there I'd love to try. Don't have the time. Thanks a lot, Japan. Thanks a lot. Arigato. Arigato gozaimasu. Anyhow, let me know your thoughts on what you're looking forward to with anime that's coming out in 2019 or beyond. And if you haven't checked out what's on the horizon recently, and if you did recently, what spikes your interest? What are you curious about? What might you check out? And are you going to be interested in any of these? And anything else you might want to add? Anything else? Even originals. What are you going to check out? What season 1s are you going to check out? What season 2s? What are you interested with season 1 interesting you enough for season 2, what has kind of not lived up to a season 2, so you're not going to check out a season 3 or further. And when do you think ReZero season 2 will arrive? I'd give it another year or two. Hopefully two. Maybe it'll be just one more year, but hopefully they give it 2 years. Hopefully in 1 they start working on it and they dish it out in 2. And really put the passion into it. Should be interesting. So I got a ton I would love to do. I would love to see. Love to see them. Others, not so much. I'm kind of on the fence, hesitant. Need to jump over. So, anyhow, I will see you up ahead. As always, take her cool and feel free to leave your comments down below.